Today we talk about Addison Russell's fielding technique. Hey, what's going on, fellas? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're looking at Addison Russell of the Chicago Cubs. Just going to go through a routine ground ball if he gets hit. I'm going to hit on a couple of key points that we work with all of our infielders on that I think really helps infielders be more consistent. Again, when you're in the infield, the more consistent you can be with your actions, the more consistent you're going to field the ball, transfer the ball, and throw the ball. And so, we're always working with our guys on these fundamental things that we're going to talk about now. We start off doing it by, we start off with our hands routine. We're just rolling balls back and forth. Then we go to coaches rolling balls to our infielders. Then we'll move back to a little bit of a fungo, usually a short fungo. Then we'll go to a long fungo. We're really getting some distance on the ground ball. And then we'll go to somebody flipping to the coach so that we can add some pace to it. But at all levels, we're working on the same consistent um, movements. And so let's talk about a couple of those here, when we're watching Russell field this ball. So the first thing is when the ball's hit, as an infielder, you want to try to get to the right of the ball. So once the ball's hit, I want to try to get to the right of the ball so that I can get my momentum moving back towards first. Every ball you're going to field as an infielder, unless you're the first baseman, you're going to throw to your left. And so the first thing you want to do, again, let me just zoom in here a little bit more. The first thing you want to do is to get to this side of the ball. Okay. Once I get there, now I've created an angle so I can get my momentum going back to first base, cut the distance down, use my body and my momentum to help with the throw. When you get to the right of the ball, it doesn't have to be this big, huge move around the ball. We tell our guys to get the ball in your left ear. So you just got to barely get by the ball to the right so you can work back here. You can see Russell doing that. Let me zoom out a little bit. Actually, I got probably a little bit too close there. Okay. So he gets to the right of the ball, and now he's going to start to move back to the left. So it's always going to be right, left field, right, left throw, unless you've got time. You see here, he'll replace his feet twice and throw, but it's always right foot in the ground, spread my left foot, feel the ball out front. Okay. A couple other things we talked to our infielders about. I want to try to sink my hips, get my back flat. I want to get as low as I can to the ball. I want to get my eyes in the action. We talk about this all the time to our guys. You've got to play from the ground up. You've got to get down very, very low. The guy that can get his eyes closest to the ball is the guy that'll be more consistent fielding the ball, right? Anything you do. And so, again, sink our hips, back flat, ground up, hands out front, right? So I want my hands out front. I want to be able to see the ball and my glove at all times, right? A lot of guys field the ball too deep. They can see the ball, they can't see their glove, right? I've got to be able to see both if I want to be consistent fielding the baseball, okay? We also talk to our guys about fielding the ball over their left eye. You guys probably heard me say that 1,000 times in all of our videos. So if I field the ball over my left eye, oops, sorry about that again. I don't know what's going on with this thing today. If I field the ball over my left eye, my glove will naturally open. The more I get to the right of my body, the more I have to manipulate my hand. I get hard hands. I've got to turn my glove. Now in here, Russell actually fields the ball probably a little bit more to the right than you probably want. You can see right here when he fields it right there. He's to that side of your body. Typically, you don't want to be there. But in this case, he is. Again, the more you move this way, not only your hand's going to get stiffer, but we talked about getting the right of the ball so we can move back towards first. And you kind of see it here. As the further the ball gets this way and your body's moving this way, if the ball happens to come up and take a bad hop, well, you're already past the ball. Ball's going to either hit you on the side of the shoulder or completely miss you and go to the outfield. If you field the ball over your left eye, then if the ball comes up, it hits you in the chest, it bounces right down here, gives you a chance to replay the ball. Okay? So one of the other big reasons why you want to keep the ball on the left side of your body over your left eye if possible. Once we field the ball, we're going to bring the ball to the middle of our body. So we've talked about that a ton. All right, so I'm going to field the ball, and I'm going to bring the ball to the middle into a thumbs up position, and as I'm doing that, I'm replacing my feet. So I'm funneling the ball to the middle and taking my right to my left. Okay. Now, if it's a bang bang play, it's a fast run, I'm going to go funnel right to left, throw. Here he has time, so he's just going to replace his feet again. You can replace your feet as many times as you want. If you got a really, really, really slow runner or a hard hit ball, I mean, you may replace it a couple more times than this. But basically, you can always throw it. So every time you go right to left, I could throw here. I could throw here. If I do it again, I could throw on that shuffle, right? So funneling the ball to the middle, replace my feet. I want to bring the ball to a consistent point every time, right? So if I want to be consistent with my throws, I've got to break from a consistent point. If I'm pushing through the ball sometimes or taking the ball over here or taking the ball up here, not going to work. I've got to bring it to the same point every time. This is a position of power and balance. Every sport brings the ball here. Every position brings the ball here, right? Think about a pitcher. Pitcher's most consistent guy on the field at throwing strikes. That's his job, right? If he can't throw the ball where he wants, he's not going to have a job. And so as a pitcher, you come set in the same spot every single time, right? You wouldn't come set here one time, come set here, the other, come set over here, come set over here, come set over here. Inconsistent set points and inconsistent handbrakes are going to just lead to inconsistent control and command of the ball. So it makes no sense. So as a fielder, I've got to bring it to a consistent point so that I can time my body up and boom, I release it from the same point every time. If I can be consistent with my movements, then I can release the ball at the consistent release point and I can make consistent throws, right? As a fielder, I've got to be consistent, okay? As a hitter, I hit 300 for my career. I go to the Hall of Fame. As a fielder, you field 300, you're not going to play Little League Baseball if you can't field 300, right? You've got to field 95+% of the time. So you've got to really be consistent with everything you do. It's not going to fly to just kind of go out there. I see a lot of guys, good athletes, good athletes, but they're just inconsistent. They just do things different every single time they field the ball, and they can't figure out why can't I consistently field the ball? Why can't I consistently throw the ball where I want? Well, because you're inconsistent with everything you're doing, right? So that's why we rep it so many times with our infielders. Rep it, rep it, rep it, rep it, rep it until you can't do it wrong, right? Do it right so many times you can't do it wrong. And so I'm usually always on the infielders trying to get them to do it the right way every single time. You can't just, do whatever you want out there. You're not going to get the results that you really want. You got to be consistent. Got to know what you want to do, and you got to do it over and over and over again. Okay. So boom, now I'm in really good position. Okay. I replace my feet, break my hands, thumbs down, short arm action, boom, throw the ball. Okay. So those are just some quick tips. Yeah, we can go in detail. I mean, infielding is something I'm really obviously passionate about. I've done a ton of research on it, watched pretty much every infield you could possibly watch to see how they field the ball. Work with a lot of great fielding coaches throughout the major leagues. So, a couple things that have really helped me out, have helped out the players that I work with, and hopefully that helps you guys out. So, if you got any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Please share this video with all your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Help spread the word. Check out our Instagram page, Antonelli Baseball, and our Twitter feed, Antonelli9, where I'm posting videos all the time for you guys. Also, check out the description box below, where I've put a bunch of links to books that I've been reading that I think are awesome. Also, some training tools that we use with our guys, or I've used over the past that I think you guys would really like. Check out our website, AntonelliBaseball.com, where you can find out how to work with me or our staff, and also some more information on our teams. Other than that, good luck, fellas. Hope you guys all win the championships in whatever level you're playing at. Most importantly, have fun and continue to get better every single day. That's all I got for you. Peace.